Hi, it's Jati Jones. Welcome to another podcast. Today's episode is a bunch of updates as well as announcements of things to come. So today there isn't going to be any specific topic, but I'm just going to share what my plans are, what's unfolding behind the scenes, and what you can expect in the coming weeks and months in regards to this podcast channel. So I'll remind you, the purpose of these podcasts, the reason why I did these podcasts is because I believe it is very important for all of us men to remain inside of this dialogue, inside of this conversation of what does it mean to be a man, and how can we navigate through this world as men and build a healthy lifestyle and healthy success that leads to long-term fulfillment. And from what I've studied about success, no man succeeds alone. And so through these conversations, through these virtual gatherings, we are empowering each other by getting together as men and creating a safe, supportive environment in which we can discuss all things related to being a man, whether it's the vulnerable stuff or the how to have high performance or how to be successful or whatever it may be. If it's a manly topic, we will discuss it in this space. So one thing that's happening is I'm working hard to get these podcasts onto iTunes and onto Android, as well as onto just internet browsers, so you can listen whether you're on your mobile device or whether you're on your laptop or your desktop. So I'm busy creating those channels and hopefully they'll be live soon. Of course, I will update you once they are available. Now, so far my podcasts have been only me solo, and I'm lining up guests. So I already have about 6 guests lined up. It's just a matter of having them be available and us doing the recording. So the first guest, we will record the first episode with a guest tonight, and I'll be posting that hopefully in the next day or two. And we have some amazing guests coming on. So how am I choosing these guests? I am looking around in my life and thinking, who do I know who is a real man and who has achieved something noteworthy in his life? I will then interview all these men and have discussions. A discussion is more of an accurate term. So I'm going to have discussions and we're going to talk about, okay, what did he do to be successful? What obstacles did he come up against as a man? What were the most important life lessons he learned as a man? And so forth. And so we're going to be having some great discussions with some great men. And as time goes by, I will be getting more and more guests to the point where my goal is to have every single podcast episode contain a guest. So it will change from just me talking on my own to the interactive podcast format of always having a guest. So one way where you can remember, in the first episode, I said I want this to be a collaborative effort, a collaborative creation, this podcast channel. So I want you to look out into your network of men and think, do you know anyone of noteworthy success who you would think would be a great guest to have on this show? So I'm not asking you, oh, hey, do you know anybody that you don't know that you think would be cool? That's not what I'm saying. Do you know someone personally who you have a relationship with, who you could reach out to and say, hey, there's this podcast, would you like to join? And then if they say yes, then you then contact me and you put me and that person into contact. If you have connections like that, then that would be a great help. And that way, everybody could leverage their own networks, and together, I'm sure we could reach some really amazing men. Next, what you can do is, below this video, is comment in the comment section, list out everyone that you think you would like me to interview. So that could be anyone, anyone well known, and then I will try to get in touch with them. So who would you like Jad to interview to have on the show? The next idea I have for this podcast is we're going to have kind of like a book club. So on some episodes, or maybe weeks at a time, we will choose a book and then we will go into discussion into that book and extract the important life lessons from that book in regards to being a man. So we will discuss the laws of performance, the laws of success. We'll discuss productivity. We'll discuss presence, how to overcome obstacles, how to develop persistence, how to have discipline, and so forth. So just some books off the top of my head that I would like to discuss on these podcasts are The Power of Now and A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle, The 48 Laws of Power, Think and Grow Rich, The Power of Full Engagement, along with some others. And another thing that I'm going to start bringing into our conversations is a bit of philosophy. Okay? Philosophy. I have one philosopher who I've been following for around 10 years now. His name is Jiddu Krishnamurti. Jiddu Krishnamurti. And so there are a lot of life lessons I have learned through his teachings. And so I would like to dive into his philosophy and share the life lessons that I have derived from his work. And so we will also be studying and discussing his work. Just to give you some context, Bruce Lee used to study Jiddu Krishnamurti's work as well. And so a lot of Bruce Lee's philosophy was derived out of Jiddu Krishnamurti's philosophy. And so we will go into discussion into that, and you will see that will improve the quality of your life drastically. And so I am really looking forward to sharing those teachings with you. Next, on the technical side, I hope to build a podcasting studio so that this podcast will not only be available in audio form, but also in video form. Another idea I have is maybe I will travel around and interview people in person in video format. And so I will meet up with guests in different countries and, create podcast episodes. And obviously, hopefully some guests will come and visit my podcast studio, which will make it easier for me. And so again, I don't know how long that will take, but I will constantly strive to improve the production quality of this podcast to the point where it is available both on audio and on video. And we will constantly be striving to improve the audio quality as well. The next idea I have that I would like feedback on in the comments section is I'm thinking of having a monthly mastermind. So a monthly mastermind membership where you and I can meet on video conference call. And if you're shy, then you can just meet on audio. You don't have to turn your camera on necessarily. But if you want to be a part of my monthly mastermind where you can actually have discussions, two-way discussions with me, and ask questions and participate in live mastermind calls. I think the mastermind call will last 2 to 3 hours once a month. And that way you will be in direct communication with me along with other members, other followers of this podcast. And so that will give you a two-way communication with me. So instead of just passively listening to the episodes month after month, you can actually have an active role and participate in discussions with me through the monthly mastermind sessions. So this will be a private membership and with a monthly fee. And I haven't decided on what the monthly fee will be, but that way it will give you an interactive experience, and that way you will have direct access with me once a month. And If you've studied anything about success, you know the tremendous importance of masterminding with other quality men and how that really drastically increases your likelihood of success. Nobody succeeds alone, and all successful men regularly mastermind with other successful men, and that's what allows them to be successful. So if you like this monthly mastermind premium option, then just comment below saying you like the idea, and if there's enough interest, then I will launch that. So you see, I'm in a constant battle between creating content and creating income, right? And in a perfect world, I would like to spend 100% of my time creating podcasts, creating videos, writing books, writing articles, just creating value, sharing knowledge and wisdom, and zero time marketing, right? But that's not possible. So I have to spend some of the time generating income. And the way I do that is through creating membership sites, offering coaching. Actually, let me correct what I said. I also enjoy coaching. All right. I also enjoy coaching. So either coaching men live. I have a membership. I have a private membership where I coach men. I enjoy that. So coaching men, anything to do with sharing knowledge, I enjoy. Right. So I need to support this podcast by selling my products, selling my books when I release my book in the near future, which, by the way, hopefully will be around January 2019. So between selling product, merchandise, services, and So anyways, you get the picture. I'm thinking of efficient ways to support this podcast so that it is providing value, but at the same time, generating income. The way you can help, I know a lot of you guys say, hey, Jad, I'm really happy you're in my life. Thank you so much. That's great, but your thank you doesn't help me. What helps me is when you share my content, when you spread the word, when you go up to other men and you say, wow, you really need to listen to this. All right. So you need to be my sales force. You need to be, that's how you support Jad. All right. By joining my programs, by spreading the word, that's how you genuinely help me. Writing me thank you notes, it's nice, but it doesn't help me. All right. The only thing that helps me is you helping me grow my audience. That's it. So help me grow my audience, and also, join my programs. Those are the two ways you can contribute in terms of monetarily. Obviously, other ways you contribute is through your suggestions and your feedback. That's also invaluable. So please continue to give feedback and suggestions. As I said, this is a collaborative effort. So that's the update. I'm really enjoying making these, and I'm very excited for things to unfold and for this channel to become more advanced and gain that momentum to the point where we have a new guest every day and we get into very dynamic, deep, and ever more interesting and stimulating conversations of what does it mean to be a man and how do we navigate this rapidly changing world as a man and build a life that is very fulfilling and have a positive impact on ourselves, everyone around us, including the world and the environment, because that would be great too. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow.